I started in 1974. A boy from Tampa that was a Big Brother came over to Lakeland and he wanted to start a Big Brothers organization. It was a challenge, trying to get it organized, get the 501c, get somebody on the board that had that kind of knowledge, and fundraising. Now fundraising was the corker.
32 years ago, I had a friend by the name of Neil Bear that called me. I was teaching school, and I think I was a teacher in my younger days here in Lakeland and Senior High. And he said, I'd like to talk with you about a program that I'm involved with that I think you may be interested in becoming involved since you work with young people. So I met with Neil, and he told me about Big Brothers and Big Sisters. It was Big Brothers then, it wasn't Big Sisters, it was Big Brothers. And I was impressed with what he had to say, so I joined the board of directors.
My husband Steve was asked by, I think, Neil Baer to be, and Gene Roberts to be on the board of directors.
I'm a University of Tennessee volunteer, so when they asked for help, I just did it.
Coincidentally, exactly 30 years ago, answered a radio ad and a poster ad for Big Brothers. Mary and I are not fortunate enough to have children, so I wanted to get involved with kids, and we were fairly new to the community, so Big Brothers was the first chance to do that.
I think Hunt Berryman asked me to get involved on the board, and it's probably been, at least 20 years, maybe 25 years ago.
In those days, we met out at the Foxfire, which was a very famous restaurant here in town. We had about 12 board members then. Neil Beer was one, I was one, Judge Oliver Green was one, Jim Holcomb was one, and there were several others.
Alice O'Reilly called me and asked me if I would be interested, and at the time I was very young. I think I was about 23 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And I'd never served on a board before, and I was just starting up my business. I owned gift shops in Kissimmee or Disney World. So I was very busy, but it just sounded like a perfect fit for me.
I first got involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters in the early 90s. I was a family counselor, and sometimes the littles had to come in for family counseling, and then I got really interested in it. And when an opportunity became available, I decided to quit my job as a counselor, and I went to work part-time for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And I eventually became a full-time case manager, and then after that became the executive director.
My husband never did anything by half measures. If he was involved in something, he was 100%, 120% involved with it. And that's how it was with Big Brothers. I mean, he was totally committed to it for the time that he was on the board. And they struggled so hard, and he knew how very hard it was to build the number of matches and to keep it at a sustainable level.
I enjoyed it because of the people I met. I developed friendships for years. That's where I met Hunt Berryman, and known him for all these years since then, and Steve and Edie Bayless, and so many friendships and associations over the years. That was wonderful. And I've known a lot of children who have been little brothers or little sisters that I've actually encountered since I left.
I do believe the Big Brothers Big Sisters in this area, not just in Polk, but in Tampa also, has been really strong.
Everybody knows what Big Brothers Big Sisters does. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I've got a lot of love in my heart for this organization, and I always have.
I think it's been great to stay involved in whatever way we can to support the youth of our community. They are our future.
Hunt has about 30 years on the board. Neil Beer has about 30 years. I have about 30 years, that's 90 years, and I think Big Brothers and Big Sisters is only 100 years old. We're catching up with them. Give us another 2 apiece and we'll be right there, right?
You're right about that.